I just returned from WEC 2025 and I have some things to share with you. Let's get into it.
Welcome to the Event Pro Show, your ultimate guide to the world of corporate events. Whether you're a corporate event planner, experiential marketing pro, producer, technician, or anyone involved in creating exceptional events, this podcast is your go-to resource for valuable insights, expert tips, and inspiring stories from the industry's leading professionals.
Well, welcome to the Event Pro Show. I am your host, Seth Macchi. I'm the CEO of LEMG. We're an event production company based in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we travel all over the country producing almost exclusively corporate events. And I just got back from WEC 2025. If you're not familiar with that conference, it is the global conference of Meeting Professionals International, MPI, and they have something called the World Education Conference, WEC, every year, and they do it in a different city every year, kind of move it around the country. This year, it was in the great city of St. Louis in Missouri, which was wonderful. They rolled out the red carpet for us, and we had a really great experience in that city. But I did walk away with several thoughts. I do enjoy going to networking events, and this one was, maybe a 4-day networking event with a lot of people that do similar things than I do. So that's always fun to be around a bunch of people like that. There were about 2,000 attendees there, and there were some wonderful things. Freeman did the general session and a lot of the production all over the facility. So that was fun to watch. It's fun to watch other people do a project and you not have to worry about your own company or your own team doing the project. But they did a great job. But that really was a great experience. But there were some takeaway things that I kept thinking about in the week or so that it's been since I've been back. So I thought I would share that. The first thing that I noticed right away is there's so much to learn. There's so much to learn in our industry, in events, in planning, or in production. There's so much to learn. There were probably 100 or more education sessions over the week, and each one was completely unique. There were the popular things like AI. People talked a bit about AI. You kind of find that everywhere you go right now. But even deeper into event technology, in learning how to plan better, learning how to create meetings that are safer, and just any topic you could think of. I wish that I could go to every single one of them. My friend Ricardo Hicks and I, who Ricardo's been on this show before, we were able to do 2 education sessions where we talked about how event planners and AV providers can work better together. And that was a really well-attended session. We had a lot of good interaction with planners and people that run AV companies. That was fun. But ours was just a tiny percentage of the education going on. So there's just so much to learn. I feel like until the day that I retire, I'm going to be learning stuff and curious. So I encourage you to stay curious, stay interested in what's happening in our industry. So much is changing rapidly. So now's the time to just jump in and keep learning. The next thing I saw was there's so much more value in partnerships and sharing than in silos and solo solutions. And so if you're feeling like all the pressure is on you to solve whatever event challenge you have right now, know that there are plenty of people that feel the same way. That, hey, I want to partner with people, or I just want to share what I know. There are so many generous people that are generous with their knowledge and their time, and they really don't want anything back from it. There's just so many kind people in our industry, and that was really reinforced that you don't have to do this alone, that you don't have to be there. Even if you have a solo operation, build out that team. I talk a lot about your team. Who is your go-to team? Find those people. Be able to text them or call them or email them, and you do the same. Share what you know. And it's just such a generous industry. So there's a ton of value in sharing, and it was just exemplified everywhere I went at this session, is that there are people everywhere sharing what they know, enjoying sharing what they know and helping each other out. Such a cool part of our industry. One thing I noticed though on that note is so many of us are tired. So ever since COVID, for those of us that have been in this industry pre-COVID, worked through it, it picked up again after COVID. And I don't know if it's really stopped. So many of us have just put our head down and worked so hard for years now post-COVID that it's something to really take note of, that you need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of spending a little time by yourself or with those that you love periodically, so that you can remember why we're all doing this, who this is all for, and to recharge your batteries. I think that, you can get used to that feeling that your batteries are on about like 3%. And really, you need to be taking time, and the intervals are up to you, whatever that means to you, but make sure you're taking care of yourself. You can see some people that are doing really well with that, and others that are really struggling with that. It's very apparent when you get a bunch of event people together, that we all kind of struggle with similar things. And being tired, just being exhausted, is one of them. We're all being required to do more with less. I feel like there's a lot of the idea that I just pulled off one of the best experiences for my client in my career, and they high-fived me and said, let's do it again next year for the same budget. Or, well, everything else is going up. How am I going to do that? How am I going to support that mandate? Well, first of all, you've got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself. Another thing that I'm noticing is there's so many young people entering the industry, or mid-career switches coming back into the industry. It's something to look out for. Look for opportunities to teach others. There are people that are wanting to know what you know. And if you thought when I said that, I haven't done this long enough, I've only been doing this for a few years. Well, there's a lot of people a few years behind you that would love to know what you know now. Seek out those opportunities, seek out those people that are willing, because there's a lot of great talent that are looking for people to share their experiences. And as I noted before, this industry is full of people that love to partner, love to share. And so it's a great environment for young people to walk into, or people that are mid-career switching into our industry. An opportunity for you to share what you know and bring those people in. We need them. We need to replace those that walked away, even post-COVID, because of the things I'm talking about, because of burnout. So let's take care of those young people. Let's get them in the industry, get them excited about the industry. And the last thing is, there is a lot of excitement for the future of events right now. Now, I say that in an economic environment where we're not sure. There's a bit of unease about what's going to happen just in the economy. But, our industry has faced that before. We've had ups and downs. And, I think I have 4 distinct periods of time. I've been in this industry for decades. 4 distinct down periods that our industry gets through. We march on through, and we keep rolling. But in spite of that, there's a lot of excitement for the future of events, a lot of cool technology coming out, but not just technology. The old-fashioned ideas of, you plug that technology with all the hard work that we always bring to projects, and we can do some really cool things. And so I sensed a lot of excitement for where we're going as an industry, and where we're going to be in, 5, 10, 15 years. What will that look like? I think a lot of people are very excited about that. So that's encouraging to see. I'm a vision person. I like to think about things farther out. And I feel like as a whole, there is a lot of optimism of where we're going as an industry. So that was really cool to see. So those are my thoughts from WEC 2025 in St. Louis. I hope that you heard something in there that was encouraging to you. If you want to hear more episodes of the Event Pro Show, go to theeventproshow.com. If you need an AV provider, go to lemg.live. We'd love to talk with you about your corporate event AV needs. But until then, we will see you on the next one. Thanks so much. The Event Pro Show is a production of LEMG, video by Nick Barrett. Audio and post-production by Prince Thompson. You can learn more about us at lemg.live.